Why do birds fly in a V shape? Imagine you're standing in a field on an autumn morning. You hear honking above. You look up and see a flock of geese flying south. They're not scattered randomly across the sky. They're arranged in a perfect V shape, like an arrow cutting through the air. You've seen this your entire life, but have you ever stopped to wonder why? Why a V? Why not a straight line, a circle, or a random cluster? The easy answer is that birds just follow the leader, but that's not quite right. If you look closely at a V formation, there is no single leader. The bird at the front keeps changing. So what's really going on? Today, we're uncovering the physics behind the V formation. Chapter 1. The Invisible Road. To understand the V, we first have to understand what happens when a bird flaps its wings. Every wing beat pushes air downward. That's how the bird lifts itself, but the air doesn't just disappear. It has to go somewhere. It curls around the wingtip and spirals upward, creating a rotating column of rising air called an upwash. Think of it like the wake behind a boat. When a speedboat cuts through water, it leaves two waves trailing behind it at an angle. Birds do the same thing with air. Each bird leaves two trails of rising air streaming back from its wingtips. But here's the fascinating part. If a second bird positions itself just right, slightly behind and to the side, it can ride that wave of rising air. It gets a free lift. It doesn't have to work as hard to stay airborne. This is exactly what the V formation does. Each bird flies in the upwash of the bird ahead, catching a boost with every wing beat. Chapter 2. The Energy Savings. So how much energy does this actually save? Scientists attached heart rate monitors and GPS trackers to a flock of ibises in 2014. The results were striking. Birds flying in V formation used significantly less energy than birds flying alone. Their heart rates were lower, their wing beats were more efficient. The savings aren't small. Estimates suggest that flying in formation can reduce energy use by 20 to 30%. For birds migrating thousands of miles, this is a massive distinction. It's the difference between making it to the destination or collapsing from exhaustion halfway there. Think of it like drafting behind a truck on the highway. Cyclists do this in races. Race car drivers do it too. The vehicle in front punches through the air resistance, and the one behind slips through the gap with less effort. Birds figured out the same trick millions of years before humans invented wheels. Chapter 3. The Rotating Leader. But here's the thing. If the bird at the front of the V is doing all the hard work, punching through the air with no help, why would any bird volunteer for that job? They don't. At least, not for long. If you watch a flock carefully, you'll notice the lead position keeps shifting. The bird at the tip will eventually fall back and let another bird take over. They rotate constantly, sharing the burden. There is a very specific reason for that. The front position is exhausting. That bird gets no free lift. It's fighting the full force of air resistance alone. After a few minutes, it gets tired and drops to the back of the line where the flying is easiest. This rotation happens without any obvious communication. The birds just sense when the leader is slowing down and adjust automatically. It's teamwork built into instinct. Chapter 4. Why not all birds? Not every bird flies in a V. Sparrows don't, crows don't, pigeons don't. So why do geese, pelicans, and ibises use this formation while others ignore it? The answer comes down to body size and distance. Small birds that fly short distances don't need to save energy as badly. They can afford to flap chaotically. But large birds flying hundreds or thousands of miles need every advantage they can get. The V formation is a long-haul strategy, not a short commute solution. So the next time you see that perfect V cutting across the sky, you'll know what you're really watching. It's not a leader and followers, it's a team of athletes taking turns at the front, riding each other's air currents, and saving just enough energy to cross a continent. The V is physics in motion. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button and subscribe.